The Lancer Chainsaw's origins is fully tied in with Tai Kaliso, and this is what leads me to believe that the legendary warrior philosopher from Gears of War 2, Tai Kaliso, will return in Gears of War Eday. So as always, I'm your host Abz, and let's discuss Tai Kaliso and the Lancer Chainsaw origins in Gears of War Eday. So firstly, how do we even know that the Lancer Mark II or the Lancer Chainsaw will be in the game? Well, the Coalition basically confirmed it with this quote. Nicole chimed in with hints about the evolution of Gears' most iconic weapon, the Chainsaw Lancer, which indeed was a product born of necessity in the Eday era. Eday is the origin story of many things, including the Chainsaw Lancer. We'll see the Chainsaw Lancer was actually built after the fact, since there were no weapons that could pierce their super thick hides. We'll tell the story of how that came to be, and yes, you'll get to use it too. So this quote that I plucked out of the Windows Central article, in a nutshell confirms that Gears of War Eday will also tell the story regarding the Lancer Chainsaw and how it came to be. Now in the books it actually states how the Lancer Mark II came to be, so let's dig into the lore here. Now Tai Kaliso was still in the same squad as Marcus and Dom 1 year after Emergence Day, and they were battling in Janamon at this particular time. Now during the battle, Marcus was wrestling back and forth with a locust drone, and his weapons were out of reach, but Tai saved Marcus as he came from behind and sliced the locust drone in half with a power saw. Marcus thanked Tai, and Tai hit him with one of his deep quotes and said that the world was full of weapons waiting to be used. Tai using the power saw led to the creation of the chainsaw bayonet. Marcus knew that the Gears needed something that would pack a punch in close quarters, and therefore he recommended to his father, Adam Fenix, that the regular bayonet on the Retro Lancer had to get replaced. Now here there is one issue which you may have noticed. In the books this was stated to be 1 year after Emergence Day. I think in one of my earlier videos recently I did say a few weeks after Eday, so I'm sorry about that. But after double checking, it definitely was 1 year after Eday. The problem is, if Gears of War Eday is also the origin story of the Lancer Chainsaw, then will there be a time skip to 1 year later? To be honest, this is a tricky and messy one, because even in Gears of War Judgment, they are using the Lancer Chainsaw, and that was only shortly after Eday. So in my opinion, I think they may just have to retcon this, and I know some people won't like this, but this is the way I think the Coalition will be going, based off the quotes. And in my opinion, I think this may be the right way to go. I think that Tai Kaliso will be part of our squad, and he will use a power saw to slice a locust drone, since in Gears Eday there will be weapons and objects scattered around. But in the game I think they will retcon this to be only a few days after Eday. And then from there shortly after, you are using a Lancer Chainsaw prototype that Adam Fenix has developed. Honestly, Gears Judgment already goes against the law by having Kilo Squad and others using the Lancer Mark II only shortly after Eday, but the games are more mainstream, and so I think they should just retcon this very short passage from the books to be shortly after Eday instead of 1 year later. That way Gears Judgment's use of the Lancer Chainsaw can be corrected, and we can also get to see the Lancer Chainsaw origins in game in Gears Eday, seeing the origins of the most legendary and iconic weapon of the franchise. I honestly, genuinely believe that Tai Kaliso will be in our squad at some point in Gears of War Eday, and seeing him in battle alongside Marcus and Dom will lead us to see the origins of the Lancer Chainsaw bayonet. This will bring 100% full clarity on the chainsaw origins, and if they can pull this off properly, then this moment will become one of the most iconic cutscenes ever in a Gears of War game. So that, my friends, is why I believe Tai Kaliso will be in Gears of War Eday alongside the Lancer Mark II origins. I know not everyone is going to agree, but please let me know what you think in the comments below. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already for so much more juicy content on the way. And a special thank you to the YouTube and Patreon members for your additional support as always. I'm your host Abz, and I'll catch you guys next time.